What up, y'all? It's phor back from more to kick the roar. Represent number one, student, not verse. Gonna do a video on expansion. Walking a tightrope underneath the microscope. I begin to end the hope, streams connected to a rope. Physical and spiritual split. Eyes closed, eye open, aspirations jump to take form. Intuition, attraction, brought into life the separate dimension. Lucid dreaming, this matter is foreign, never be foreseen, but path is foreseen. Stairway to heaven, we elevate again. Tripulate the time, space, matter in my hand. Matter at hand, does man even care for the land? Open up fluoridated eyes, attempts to block in sixth sense, calcification of a true life. That's my birthright, what I was born with, my essence, born to defeat the misconception. Lay black and chakra rises, multiply like molten lava. Asked to imitate, you don't hear nada, cause all I can be is a representation of myself. It's all perceptive, perception, it's all it's on. Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? That's how I see it, gotta get it again. Verse 24 to make Aurora Borealis, Paleophilosophy. Know what you was meant for, born from four circles. Originally a spirit, forming an aurora power, repeated again, crystal clear. I sitting on top of foreheads, my moral is Los Angeles, Sagittarius, they shooting stars in the sky. But the sky's the limit, one love, stilo. I know, you're living in our spirit, I know. In the sky, or possibly beside, immortal I be. Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? Ask a God body, did you know he's nobody? The sight of God's memory, walking a tightrope underneath the microscope. The destitution, common man place to solve the space. Time didn't exist until you let it. I'ma need some letters to cope this, the rhetoric. Watch yourself, vision of three, knowing nothing so they know I can see. Every day, AK, this system, a corruption. Let it pierce through your ear and conundrum. Facing fears, we redundant. God, we divulged in no less. Knowledge in abundance, Lord of the land. When I'm Roman on this earth, write your own raps, money's on the table. But the mental is still trapped in stables. Need a horse to drink, this that water you may sip. Flow like the water in the moon, and burying the shift the earth through the seven seas. Flow evil, never eroded, shit. We encoded what it's like. Do you need me to reappear again? Sapien, but my soul is infinite. Mind of many sons of mother living under one solar eclipse when the artificial moon steady drift. Your solar plexus everywhere where you belong. The time is a bliss, reality Aquarius. What this moment is, time to shine, our thoughts can find in due time. Either now in carcasses, watching moonwalk, we've been stressing too long. It's trippy cause nothing ever wrong in the head about past and future creation. What is this to you? Yeah, this is for you. Listen, hey, yeah, create every day. Get out and create every day. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna do a video on expansion. You know what I'm saying? And expansion is all about an action of becoming larger. So expansion goes hand in hand with contraction as well. So expanding too much, though, can overaccumulate or overstimulate the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So utilize equilibrium when utilizing expansion. You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, you become aware of too much at too young of an age. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're a parent and you give your child a little bit too much awareness of what like this world really about type thing at too young of an age, or a point where they're not even asking these kind of questions. Do you know what I'm saying? If they're not asking the proper like line of reasoning questions, you shouldn't even present certain things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like God just be bringing things out of left field. You know what I'm saying? And be helping the mind out. But like when you're dealing with expansion, it's all about being aware of how much you're expanding comparatively to contracting. So like once you've expanded, you got to realize it's going to contract at a certain point. And once you have the ability to like, it's like, for example, like if you in the game, you know what I'm saying, you want to expand enough to the point where you can actually get out the game correctly and contract at a safe manner. You know what I'm saying? That's one example. So like I say, expanding too much can overaccumulate or overstimulate the spirit. So utilize equilibrium with that when expanding and contracting. So expansion is an ability that can become a skill. You know what I'm saying? Due to being in a non-biased state. So if you're in a non-biased state, you can expand more quickly. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I'm trying to get across. And being able to broaden a parameter is beneficial due to being aware of more, which creates wisdom. Wisdom, yeah. So one can also be too smart for their own good, though. Also, so just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, being aware of too much and expanding too much, and you know what I'm saying, creating too much awareness to the point where you don't actually have any experience to go along with that awareness. Like if you don't have actual experience that you accumulated that knowledge and wisdom from, then just expanding too much in the mind, you know what I'm saying, without actually experiencing real life, you know, it can kind of be like a counterproductive thing. So with all that being said, expansion is easier said than done. So it's like actually expanding your spirit is way easier, like talked about in theory, than actually operating it. Like speculating is way easier than operating because becoming non-biased actually takes time. You gotta accumulate knowledge and wisdom about the certain topic that you're into to actually create a knowledge and wisdom about it. You know what I'm saying? So like with that being said, if you can't like actually originate or innovate or create your own system, then you know, you won't be initiated into creating a larger parameter for oneself. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be in the first step with that being said is to be in a non-biased state. You know what I'm saying? A non-biased awareness. So number 2, expansion is an uphill battle because overexpansion is non-beneficial due to due process. So it's like, for example, like when people talk about getting rich overnight type of concept. And with that being said, like getting rich overnight can be a good thing if you know what to do with the money, but if you have no idea what to do with the money and you just get the money, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I think this might be cool. You know, I might enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking to maybe do this, and then like you end up getting the dough, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? You're just spending it on things that's unnecessary, like shout out to Childish Gambino. That's unnecessary. He blowing up. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like came up whenever I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Now he doing his thing for real. That ain't even necessary. But yeah, he be doing acting, singing, and producing because he's doing his thing. Shouts out to the mains. You know what I'm saying? Email me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in the show. You know what I'm saying? You need a little astrologer. You know what I'm saying? You need an astrologer. Holla at me. So this is like the key, really, like to think about. So being oneself can purely create healthy expansion. So like just being oneself and being purely in one's own state, and like for example, like realizing, okay, I am in a bias, but I'm purely in my state of awareness. Like to say, my spirit might be more familiar to certain things than other things, and that's really where my bias lies. So it's just like the unknown is like kind of where we like it's unforeseen territory kind of thing. So it's just like being creating awareness in those unbiased states is a good thing, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be in different states at certain times. So just like kind of keep that equilibrium state of like, okay, I know there's certain things I am aware of in this atmosphere, but there's other things I may not be aware of. So, you know, I gotta adapt to that type of thing. So like I'm saying, being purely oneself in a circumstance, but being aware of how oneself will affect the environment is you know, just a whole other thing. So like that'll create expansion as well. So be careful in expansion because being aware of too much can be undoubtedly non-beneficial due to being too smart for one's own good. So pretty much just like don't be too smart to experience something. You know what I'm saying? There's certain experiences like you know not to experience because they could be detrimental and they could ruin your whole life type thing. You know what I'm saying? But like other experiences are like less harmful. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you gotta take a risk to get reward. But like there's certain things, you know what I'm saying? There's no point in risking that type thing to get that certain reward. You know what I'm saying? Like people be robbing and you know, putting people in the doit kind of thing, and they don't be getting too much chili when they end up in the cell for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? That ain't really the move. You know what I'm saying? It's a non-beneficial way. So yeah, that's one circumstance to be too smart for one's own detriment. You know what I'm saying? But I almost mixed that up. So like that's a certain thing. Like if there's no such thing as being too smart for one's own good. Whenever it's those kind of experiences. So utilize discernment when being in a space of expansion. So when you're expanding, just utilize discernment and keep that equilibrium in mind, knowing that okay, if I go too far on one side of the scale, I know I'm gonna tip the scale. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna be in a biased kind of state. So yeah, just keep in mind your bias whenever you're expanding, and you'll expand much more quickly. And that's pretty much where I'm getting at with that. And just keep in mind as well, whenever you expand, there will be a point of contraction. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you expand too much to the point where you have to hit rock bottom. You have to contract completely to actually even expand again just a little bit. So, that's a whole other thing, and I'm going to get into that right now, actually. Might as well just speak on it. So, like, whenever you expand too much and, you utilize, like, you overstretch your energy kind of thing. This is, like, on a smaller scale, a micro scale. But on a macro scale, it'd be like, buying too much things, putting too much on your credit card, or, like, not being able to pay all your bills kind of thing. That's like an overstimulation kind of thing. And you overexpand it, so now you have to hit rock bottom to actually contract all the way and say, oh, okay, these are the things that are necessary. And then you start expanding slowly and slowly, you know what I'm saying? So just don't expand too quickly to the point that you end up playing yourself kind of thing. So just don't play yourself. Much love and holla back. This is a spiritual tool belt video. You know what I'm saying? I could do a little breakdown to an individuals if like they had a question or kind of thing in the email. So email me at conscious1347@gmail.com. I'm gonna say a little bit slower for the slow people. conscious1347@gmail.com. I'm just making jokes for y'all. Peace.